Good morning, traders. I am Emily Vani, the CEO of the Investment Banking Institute and your host here at NewsWare's Trade Talk. Joining me is trading anchor Bill Olson, who brings more than 30 years of institutional trading experience to our program. At Trade Talk, we provide the facts, themes, and trading ideas for the day ahead. Today is Monday, July 1st. We start a new month of trading today on this holiday shortened trading week at the kickoff of a new quarter and the second half of the year. On Friday, stocks ended in the red to close out June. The Dow gave up 45 points or 0.12%. The S&P 500 shed 22 points or 0.14%. The NASDAQ dropped 126 points or nearly 0.75%. Bill, let's get into this new week with what is happening in the markets this morning.
Yes, good morning, Emily. I'm watching the S&Ps. The S&Ps are showing a nice gain this morning. We're up 0.23%. It's a positive, start for the week. I mean, it is a holiday shortened week. And remember, Wednesday, we've got an early close on Wednesday. Markets close at 1 o'clock on Wednesday, so we got to keep in mind for that. Economic data really in focus this week. You got that non-farms payroll report coming out on Friday. And Jerome Powell is going to be speaking at that ECB Sinatra conference that they have going on this week in Portugal. His comments are going to be key. The market's going to be paying close attention to that. I'm watching shares of Boeing this morning. I mean, Boeing is, trading off a little bit, just slightly off. I mean, they did agree to buy, that Spirt AeroSystems. Justice Department is said to be, we're going to charge you, criminally, and I'm not too worried about that. Tesla, Tesla's on watch. Stocks up though this morning, but they're on watch because they're going to be reporting their quarterly deliveries, and that could be something. Disney's on watch. Pixar Inside Out movie crossed $1 billion in ticket sales. Chewy on watch. Shares are higher by 20%. That Keith Gill guy, Roaring Kitty, is said to have taken a 6.6% stake. Then we're looking, overseas. We're looking at, what's going on in Europe. And Europe is mainly positive. The biggest thing with Europe is obviously the French elections. That far right-wing nationalist party, they won the first round, but they didn't win by as much, and they're not going to get a majority. So now we're seeing, stocks rebound in Europe. The CAC in Paris is up 1.62%. I mean, remember, it was lower like 4 days in a row last week. The DAX is trading higher by 0.41%. In Germany, they had their PMIs come out. They were slightly positive, waiting on some inflation data. And in the UK, and the FTSE is higher by 0.36%. Overall, the markets in Europe are trading higher. Then we're looking at Asia last night. Hong Kong was closed for a national holiday. But in Japan, the markets rose 0.12%. Data showed confidence among large Japanese manufacturing firms hit a 2-year high. That was positive. We're looking at Shanghai in China. That was up 0.92%. The Caxton manufacturing PMI delivered an increase of 51.8 in June versus 51.7 in May. So, that is positive, and it did beat the what were the expectations of May, which were 51.2. So that's very positive. And there is talk about stimulus coming out of China, so we got to keep an eye on that. Now we're keeping an eye on oil. Guess what? Oil is trading higher again today. We got WTI at $82.10. We got Brent at $85.64. I mean, the fact of the matter is, third quarter, we are expected to see, some, demand to pop up a little bit. And there's questions if we have enough supply ready to go for that increase in demand. And then there's some tensions in the Middle East that are ongoing that are also affecting oil prices. But they are trading higher by, about 0.7% this morning. And that's what I have for you in terms of a morning market update report today, Emily.
And Bill, as we start this new week and this new month, there is plenty to be watching, as you gave us in your opening, and we're going to get to some of the details here throughout the show. We're going to turn first to earnings action. Certainly slow on that front, but give us any notes that we should be watching when it comes to earning action this morning.
But nothing came out with earnings Friday afternoon or this morning. Nothing's really due out this afternoon either. But tomorrow morning we get MSC, Michael Sam Charlie, that's ticker MSN, Michael Sam Michael. Their EPS is $1.33. Expected move is 5.48% when they release tomorrow morning. And then there's Simulations Plus, ticker SLP, Sam Larry Paul. They're going to be releasing tomorrow afternoon. Their EPS is 17 cents. Their expected move is 11.93% when they release earnings tomorrow.
Bill, the other thing you're keeping an eye on this morning are economic events. There's a number to watch throughout the week, even though it is a holiday shortened week, as we both mentioned. There's some economic data to be watching. So, Bill, what should we be watching when it comes to economic events?
10 a.m. we get the construction spending numbers coming out. Also at 10 a.m. we get the ISM manufacturing PMI. That's going to be the big one for today. At 12 noon, I think we're coming out with the Atlanta Fed GDP now, according to my calendar here. So, that could be interesting. But that's really all I have for you in terms on the economic front, Emily.
And of course, today you're keeping track of other data and information coming out of different sectors and segments. You're watching things like merger news, shareholders meetings, buyback news. You're also looking at your stocks grouped together, your FANG stocks, your Dow 30 stocks. So, Bill, what else do you see is possibly moving the markets today?
I'm just looking at my, my Dow stocks. I got 24 higher. I got 4 lower. The rest unchanged. So, that's very positive going into the opening. And all the FANG stocks are trading higher, which is good to see. Looking for some of the news behind it, like Amazon. Amazon apparently is planning to use a trade rule that exempts packages that are worth less than $800 from tariffs. This is how they're going to, attempt to combat the ongoing pressure that they're receiving from other sites like TermU and PDD. So we'll keep an eye on this. This could be interesting. It could help lower some of Amazon's costs going forward, which will help their profits. Let's talk Google, ticker GOOG. They're partnering with BlackRock's Taiwanese business to boost solar energy capacity. Oh, that could be good. What else we got? We got to talk about Tesla. They're going to be reporting their EV sales for June, for the second quarter, and that's likely come out tomorrow morning. We'll see how that comes out. I'm a little cautious there, especially with the stock trading at this level. So we'll have to wait and see how those numbers come out tomorrow. We're talking Dow Jones 30 stocks, and we're talking Disney, ticker DIS. Inside Out 2 became the first 2024 movie to cross the 1 billion threshold in ticket sales. That's positive. Boeing agreed to buy Spirt AeroSystems for $4.7 billion. Apple's working to bring some AI features to their Vision Pro headsets. We're talking merger news. We've got to talk about that Boeing. They're buying that Spirit airline deals. That's $37.25. That's what they're paying for Spirit AeroSystems. Calmine Foods, ticker CALM, Charlie Apple, Larry Michael, they're buying egg producer assets of ISE America for $110 million, I saw this morning. Shareholders news, V's Outdoors, ticker VSTO, they're holding a special meeting today. I remember they just got bought out. That meeting's going to be held at 10 a.m. In terms of buyback news, Morgan Stanley, MS, Michael Sam. I saw this note Friday afternoon. Their reauthorization of a multi-year common equity share repurchasing program of up to $20 billion without an expiration date. That story was in the tape again Friday afternoon. Something to consider. And that's all I'm really seeing for news hitting the tape this morning, Emily.
This is the type of data that NewsWare delivers daily. It's factual, it's market moving, and our alerting functions bring it to your attention as it happens. Go to www.newsware.com now and sign up for the trial and see for yourself the benefits that professional Newswire delivers. It is now that time of the show for the Trade Talk pick of the day. Bill, what do you have for us to start July?
Going with Disney, ticker DIS, Walt Disney Corp. Listen, there's a couple of catalysts going on here, news-related catalysts. I mean, we know about the box office win. That Inside Out 2 hot movie this summer. Ticket sales are going up. It's that's a positive factor. Then there's a cruise line. They're bringing on a couple new cruise ships this summer or later this year. I mean, those cruise ships make big money for Disney. They're always booked, and those cruises are at a premium, so they're a good money maker. And then they got other movies coming out. They got Moana 2 coming out. They got a Deadpool and another Avengers series coming out. I mean, Disney's got a lot of good movies coming out, but it's the theme parks and the cruise ships that make a lot of money for them. And this new Lightning Fast Pass could get more people coming into the theme park. So yeah, I like Disney. Now let's take a look at the call volume on Friday. 177,208 versus put volume of 58,494. That's like 3-1. Then you got the open interest, 590,080 versus 417,419. That's positive. That's good. Major brokers like the stock. They're still positive. They still got their buy ratings on it. They're not moving. They're not scared. They're holding tight. So yeah, I do like Disney for a move today, because you know what, it did break 100. Yesterday, I mean, you're looking at the stock trading 99.35 to 99.50. If I can get in 99.25, I mean, that would be great. I don't know if it'll go that low. I think it's going to run out of the gate, but my pick of the day is Disney, Walt Disney, ticker DIS, David India Sam today, Emily.
Disney it is. We will follow that along with you today. And coming up, we're going to take a look back at Friday's pick of the day to see how that went and see how June ended up. So stick with us for that. But first, let's take a look at the current breaking headlines that have hit the tape in our hot off the press segment. Bill, take it away.
Like QSR, Quinton, Sam, Richard, that's Restaurant Brands. They announced investments to drive growth in China. Qualcomm enters principal shirt partner agreement with Manchester United. Okay. Guess they have some advertising on their shirts. BIVA, ticker ABBV, announced that Robert Michael has assumed the role of CEO. JP Morgan added AT&T to its U.S. analyst focus list for July. WBA, Walgreens Boots Alliance, they got some management changes going on over there. BlackRock's going to buy UK data group Preqin for $3.2 billion. Tesla's June quarter deliveries likely fell 3.7%. The first time the top EV maker is set to post 2 straight quarters of declines as it deals with stiff competition in China and slow demand. Justice Department is going to criminally charge Boeing with fraud over 2 fatal crashes. And it's a lot of political posturing. That's all I'm seeing this morning, Emily.
Okay, Bill, before we get to trading on this Monday, let's do a quick check back at your pick of the day from Friday, which was JD.com. I did catch an article this morning about how this stock is definitely one to watch, for various reasons, including their track record of execution and their attractive valuation. Bill, you were looking to take advantage of this one on Friday. How did your call work out?
Well, I made money. I mean, stock opened up at 26.33, which was just a little bit too high for me. But then it fell down to 25.75 and closed at 25.84. But during the day, I was able to get in, a little bit after the opening, around 9:40. I got in at $25.93 because it was just too cheap. And then it rallied up, and it rallied up 1% to 26.18. Like an hour later, so I closed the trade, walked away, got my profit. I was happy, and that was the end of the day. So JD.com, pulled a gain out of it on Friday, Emily.
And Bill, with that win, we have 19 picks in June, really only one loss, one flat trade. If you include that flat trade, that's an 89% win rate. If you toss that flat trade out, we're looking at a 94% win rate for June. I will take that. And we will check in with you tomorrow to see how July starts off with today's Disney pick of the day. Bill, thank you as always for your expert insight. Join us back here tomorrow and each weekday morning that the markets are open at NewsWare's Trade Talk, when we provide the facts, themes, and trading ideas for the day ahead. Again, I'm your host, Emily Advani, here with trading anchor Bill Olson. Traders, you know what to do. Let's go out there and make some green.